Welcome in, everybody. I wanted to go over a quick synopsis of what's transpiring here in this early afternoon. So we've got some more information about FedNow, and now it's being reported that FedNow service has no relation with CBDCs. Federal Reserve clarifies. And I think if you're a fan in this community, this comes as no surprise to you. That's why I said the FedNow doesn't really mean much to me. I'm looking more at the SWIFT integration, if they do use XRP, how XRP, Ripple, RippleNet, the Ripple protocol consensus algorithm, and a lot of things with the XRP ledger, how these things are being adopted worldwide, not with the FedNow. I thought the FedNow is a big smokescreen. That's why I haven't talked about FedNow. And really, I haven't even talked about it leading into the federal, or for FedNow going online, as I believe there's 41, yeah, we'll go through this. But this comes as no surprise to me. I think a lot of people put a lot of stock into the CBDCs being attached to FedNow. It couldn't happen that way. You have to have a trial period with the banks, and that's what FedNow is. It's going to transfer to something even bigger if they get their way. But right now, I've seen a few comments now, not just in my community, but along Twitter, saying it's over for XRP. See, they're not using XRP as part of FedNow, but you can't use XRP if it's not part of a central bank digital currency. Everybody's getting it twisted. The FedNow is something completely different. So let's go through this. Good early afternoon, 1:34 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Thursday, July 20th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So this is why we use positivity over negativity. Why we don't let our emotions cloud our judgment. We get all of the facts, we get all of the stories, we tune out the noise as a community, and we continue to find the truth. So today's truth. A lot of people have been talking about FedNow, and this is the reason why we could go on a big bull market. And I said, the move by XRP has nothing to do with FedNow. And now a lot of people are talking like the consolidation is because of this news. Has nothing to do with it. Watch my update from about an hour and a half ago. I talk about for XRP holders not to panic. XRP is doing a typical, prototypical consolidation after a bull flag breakout. We must retest it in the higher time frames. So now a proper retest, you could go all the way down to the 75.5 level, but more appropriately around the 762 level would be right on top of the less volatile bull flag. But you could have drawn it two different ways, as I have both ways drawn. But the 762 is where you'd be looking at not to get a rejection. So if you see us go down to 755, it comes back up to 762 for rejection, it could be a problem. But to get into that more, go watch the previous update. It says it's got 1,700 views already in an hour and a half, so I don't even know how to properly thank everybody for that. I just greatly appreciate it. If you get anything out of my content, you can always hit like, subscribe, and share it. Remember, turn bell notification to all, so you have a reason for them to give you an alert. So let's go over this. Fed service has no relation with CBDCs. Federal Reserve clarifies. The Federal Reserve clarified the FedNow service as ready after it onboarded 41 financial institutions, 15 service providers, and the U.S. Department of the Treasury to test the system before it's launched by the end of July 2023. The United States Federal Reserve clarified that its new service for instant payments between organizations, the FedNow service, has no relation with central bank digital currency, CBDCs. And we've tried to clarify the difference between all of this as a community, but there was a lot of FUD out there. So we try to separate it. So I'm bringing you, this is the only article I found that spelled it out correctly. And they put this to the forefront, in my opinion. The Fed certified the FedNow services as ready after it onboarded 41 financial institutions, 15 service providers, and the U.S. Department of the Treasury to test the system before it launched by the end of July 2023. However, the central bank had to clarify that the promise of instant fiat payments and real-time gross settlement RTGS is not powered by a CBDC. FedFact, is the FedNow service replacing cash, blah, blah, blah. So we can read this real quick, the FedFact, just so you know what it is. I think it's important. So, is the FedNow service replacing cash? Is it a central bank digital currency? No, the FedNow service is not related to a digital currency. The FedNow service is a payment service the Federal Reserve is making available for banks and credit unions to transfer funds for their customers. It is like other Federal Reserve payment services such as FedWire and FedACH. The FedNow service is neither a form of currency nor a step toward eliminating any form of payment, including cash. The Federal Reserve has made no decision on issuing a central bank digital currency, CBDC, and would only proceed with the issuance of a CBDC with an authorizing law testifying before the House Financial Services Committee in March 2023. Chair Powell said a CBDC is something we would certainly need congressional approval for. So that's just to kind of show you what the difference is. So we read through all this is. I wanted to show you the official paper. And then the Federal Reserve further confirmed that it has not yet decided on issuing the highly anticipated CBDC and would only proceed with the issuance of CBDC with an authorizing law. These are some banks that went online. You can always pause this and see that. So the table above highlights the initial list of participants. However, the Federal Reserve plans to onboard all 10,000 U.S. financial institutions in time to come. So this is a massive, massive beta test, as I would call it. On May 11th, the Fed announced the integration of Metal Blockchain into FedNow service. Metal Blockchain is a crypto network developed by Metallicus based on a fork of Avalanche's code. According to its documents, the network features a subnet called X-Chain that allows developers to enact rules for transferring assets. For example, a token can be issued with the rule that it can only be sent to U.S. citizens or can't be traded until tomorrow. If you got anything out of this update, make sure you hit that like button, as it would greatly help push me through the analytics. If you appreciate my work, consider subscribing to the channel, as we're just about at 16,900 subscribers, picking up over 200 subscribers the last 2 days. I don't even know what to say. And then if you'd like to show appreciation for my work, you can always send a YouTube super chat, or what I would suggest, if you get anything out of this, if I've helped you along the way, join Tom's Army, as I do no paid advertising, paid promotions, or paid sponsorships of any kind.